Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu mavid vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Stotram. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darsitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshu militam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Yaptam Yatkinchis Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Kyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Sameva Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. The Gita Dhyanam, first and last sloka. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Graditam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Amruta Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Tidivyaistvaihi Vedaisanga Padakramo Panishadaihi Gayantiyam Samagaha Dhyana Bastita Tadgadena. So, Yasyantam Nagur, my mind went blank. Dhyana Vaschita Tadgadena Manasa Pasyantiyam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suragunaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Raja Ahantva Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Ishyami Masujaha. The last sloka we chant as a sample for the Bhagavad Gita. It's called Charama Slokam. Suddenly my mind went blank. We're doing the Karma Yoga. So, yajnartham karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kuru. So, you do for the sake of yajna. So, we went to exhaustive analysis of what yajna means. Yajna means a cooperative action, so involving many people, obviously, in a self-sacrificing mode for the benefit of totality. So everyone working together for their benefit. So mentioned at the individual level, all the components, the body, mind, intellect, have to work together in complete surrenderance to the individual. So the body is there, mind is there, and the intellect is there during action. So mind is not running away somewhere else. Essentially, complete concentration on the work. Then only the action will be the best. So from the point of that in self-sacrificing mode for the benefit of the totality, which is the individual, then the action will be the best that he can do. Because he is putting forth all his efforts. From the point of family, everyone pitches their part, their best for the benefit of the totality, which is this family. Then the family will prosper. An organization, everyone has to pitch in their part, their best, so that the organization will sponsor or will prosper. And in the same way, a nation, in the same way, whole universe itself, the humanity itself. So this is the recipe for success itself, thus Krishna declares, and that in fact is emphasized in the next sloka. Sahayajna praja sruštva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam yeshavostvishta kamadhuk. Together, Sahayajna praja sruštva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam yeshavostvishta kamadhuk. So, ishta kamadhuk, in order to gain anything one wants, anything one desires, this is the way to do it. And this yajna, spirit of yajna, how one performs to succeed in life itself, is sahayajna praja sruštva. Along with the srushti itself, creation itself, this concept is created itself by Prajapati, by the Brahma himself. So this is a guaranteed way of success for anybody, or the law of success itself, where all components that are involved in the action has to contribute in a unified way, a cooperative way. So each one does their part, their best, so that the action can be successful, because it's always a combined total action. No one can himself live by himself alone in a society. You have to be part of the society, and society together has to work. Then only the success is guaranteed. And that is a recipe given by Prajapati himself, and he created this concept. So what kind of action has to be done in this process? So we skipped one sloka before, that we'll do it now. That is sloka 8. Niyatam kuru karmatvam yatam kuru karmatvam karmajyahyokya karmanaha majyahyokya karmana sarirayatra pichate sarirayatra pichate na prasijjeda karmanaha. Together, niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajyahyo ya karmanaha sarirayatra pichate na prasijjeda karmanaha. So, niyatam kuru. So, last time I gave, there are nitya naimittika karmas, kamya karmas, nishiddha karmas, and prayaschitta karmas. Different types of karmas. So, nitya naimittika is daily obligatory duties and occasionally obligatory duties. Occasionally obligatory is suddenly I get a telegram, my uncle is coming. I have to go to class, but my uncle has, he comes very rarely. So, it is my responsibility to go and pick him up. So, that becomes a naimittika, an occasional obligatory duties. It's called niyata karma is obligatory. So you had to do these obligatory duties. Niyatam kuru. Kuru means you had to do. It's a vidhivakyam. So Krishna is instructing us through Arjuna, we had to do our obligatory duties. Now, this we have to understand a little bit. What is our obligatory duties? Who is going to tell us? So this also becomes swadharme nidhanam sreyaha. What do your swadharma? So obligation depends upon my role in the society. What I think I am determines my obligations also. So everyone examine yourself. What do you think you are? What do you think you are? Means asking yourself, what am I in this? Oh, I am so and so. I am son of so and so. I am husband of so and so. I am wife of so and so. I am father of so and so. I identify myself with so and so with relation to somebody. I am employed. I am an engineer. I am a doctor. You give all your biodata information depending upon what you are. That's what you are. So therefore, niyatam kuru, whatever the role that you are taking in that place at that time, you have to do the obligation of that role. That is niyat. That becomes a swadharma also. So if you think you are a father, then be a right father. So should I be father? I had to pass on things that I need, I acquired also to the child so that the child can be developed. If I am an employee, then do properly as a good employee. When you are in the job, you have to do the best because you are paid for it. That's why Arjuna's problem. He has been paid as a Kshatriya. Everybody is supporting him to defend. Now he cannot back off. So in whatever, if you are a son, you have to do as an obligation as a son, as a daughter. For every role, as a citizen, you have to do your obligations. That is called niyatam kuru. I may not gain anything. No. By doing the nitya naimitya, your mind gets purified. Just as I said, snanameva, taking bath, you get purified. The same way, that's an obligation. Any obligatory action, not that you have to gain something, by doing it, you are fulfilling your obligation, your mind and the vasanas in the process gets purified. That's what the purification is. In this, according to our Vedantic this one, we have Pancha Mahayajnas are obligatory duties. What are the Pancha Yajnas? One is Daiva Yajna, that is Pitru Yajna, the Rushi Yajna, the Manushya Yajna, Bhuta Yajna. You remember yajna means, you understood what yajnartham kanmanon yatra. Means you have to do your part, your best in a self-sacrificing way for the benefit of the totality. That is the yajna. In that, Daiva yajna. Daiva yajna means yajna to the gods. And he's going to tell who are the gods also. Gods are the phenomenal forces that give the results for the action. So whatever the gods is the one Deva. Deva means who gives. So when I came into this world, everything is given to me. The mother is already there to take care of me. It's given. Mother milk is already there for me. And the whole society, the whole universe is giving me the air to breathe, water to drink, the food to eat. Everything is coming to me. So I had to give back to the gods as my return. Gurudev used to say, what I have is his gift. And what I do with what I have is my gift. If somebody gives a gift to you, you have to reciprocate. That's our common sense, right? We should give back something. And everything is given to me. Therefore, Daiva Yajna means because they are the ones who give the results of the action, have to give back to the society in whatever form, as a prayer to the Lord's. So, how do you do? I don't see any gods around here. First thing in the morning, thank the, that's called Sandhya Vandanam. That's the same thing. It's put it in a ritualistic way as Sandhya Vandanam. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Just get up and do something. You are essentially recognizing you are only a one in the totality and being supported by the totality. So the very recognition makes your mind completely a different attitude in life. Not that I have a right, but I have a duty. It's a duty-based system. I have a duty to gods. So every action, because God stands for dharma also, therefore every action has to be dharmic action. And by recognizing the first thing in the morning and the last thing in the night, that's why all our religious practices and all that are tuned to that. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, we start doing the prayer first thing in the morning. I don't know that. Think of God in any language, it doesn't matter. What is concept is important. Apply the concept first. If you know how to do it, then do it properly also. So there is a Vedas have prescribed, depending upon your location or varnashrama, they have given the things that need to be done as an obligatory duties. It's called Daiva Yajna. There is a Pitru Yajna, obligation to the parents. Not only the forefathers, because I am standing on a platform built by them. So it's my obligation. Hey, I come from this family. So what have you done? You're only giving big name. Have you spoiled their name? Or have you at least support that name so that, says that's why you call Raghukula. Remember, everybody calls it, Raghava calls it Raghukula. I come from that whole family, the tradition. And first thing we know in the Tarpanam, we respect almost 3 generations. The father, the grandfather, great-grandfather also. Tarpa means recognition, their contribution. I am because of their support only. And that is called Pitru Yajna. And Rishi Yajna. We go to temple, you know what the pujari will ask you? What's your gotram? Right? You will tell some name. You don't know what he has done even. The rishis are Veda drashtas. They are the ones who have visualized the Vedas that are there and put it in passed on to the generations. We are able to get the benefit of this because of their work. Able to have Bhagavad Gita, and as Vyasa Maharshi has composed this, right? And he has codified the Vedas and all that. So we are in fact inheriting all that. Oh, we are Hindus. We don't know what the scriptures are, what they say even. So Rishi Yajna means, number 1, we have to study the scriptures. That's the first duty. Number 2, we have to pass on that scriptures to the next generation. That becomes niyatam, our obligation. That is called Rishi Yajna. So not only I had to learn, but I had to pass on that knowledge to the generation. This is my obligation to my teacher. My teacher did the same thing as his obligation to each teacher. That's how the Hinduism propagates as Sanatana Dharmam. Beginningless itself. And that is the Rishi Yajna. Because it's my duty, not only as a father, I had to pass on to my children the knowledge that I have gained. Otherwise, they will be lost. Am I a Hindu? That's why he will ask you. So one friend of mine says, I am a Hindu Christian. He doesn't know either Hindu or Christian. Our father is so proud because he doesn't know what it is. That's why we are getting a website, Become a Hindu. There's a website we are developing, how to become a Hindu. That is for Hindus to become a Hindu, also for non-Hindus also if they want to become Hindus. Because a lot of conversion is going on. We are trying to say how we can convert back those who want to become Hindus. I don't know, if you go to www, become a Hindu, you will see information. Where you have to take exam, where you should know what is minimum that Hindu should know. Many of the Hindus we don't know. And other religions exploit that. So therefore, Rishi Yajna involves having an understanding of what the Rishis have done and pass on that knowledge to the next generation. That becomes Niyatam Kuru. Then Manushya Yajna. I depend upon so many people for my life in this world. Starting from the farmer on, because when I eat a vegetable or a fruit, how many people have gone to support that so that I have a fruit on the table? Recognition and respect for that, and therefore I have to give back to the society in some form. Earn as much as you can, but return back to the society in form. The totality is getting benefited out of it. That becomes my yajna, Manushya Yajna. Manava Sevaye, Madhava Seva. And the last one is Bhuta Yajna. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Krishna says you have to compassionate for animals who can talk and explain to you their problems. So be considerate enough. Remember when the child is suffering with pain, she cannot express what her problem is, but she is crying. The pain is being felt by the child, but mother feels more pain mentally because she cannot share that pain. At the same time, she sees suffering of the child. Right? That's what Bhuta Yajna, how can I help? I should not hurt at least. So that becomes a Bhuta. I had to be compassionate to the animals. Remember, life lives on life. That's a law. But as a human being, I have a choice. Cow doesn't have a choice whether I should be a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian. Should I have a Chinese food today or should I have American? It doesn't have any choice. It eats only vegetarian. Right? Tiger doesn't have a choice. But man cannot but choose. Remember, that is a choice in action. So what should I do for keeping my body alive? I have to keep my body alive. So I had to do least damage to the nature so that I can survive. At the same time, nature can survive. That's a part of Bhuta Yajna also. So these becomes niyatam. By doing that, I get purification of the mind, and therefore, in the process, the mind gets less and less agitated, and when I sit and listen to the scriptures become live. That is indeed true. And you have to start recognizing and realizing that truth right there. Now, examine yourself. You have been listening to Bhagavad Gita, right? And hearing so many times. And so many Upanishads also. How much has changed in your life? What have I done to improve my life? The reason that knowledge doesn't sink in, because the mind is not purified yet. There is a degrees of purification of the mind. The more I purify, the more the knowledge becomes one with me. That's called internalizing the knowledge itself. When I go into the world and I'm seeing all getting agitated, that means I have not recognized the truth that is being expounded in the scriptures. That's a litmus test. No one has to tell you. And how do I purify? This niyatam kuru, by doing obligatory duties, that's how you purify the mind. Okay? So this is one aspect of it. Now, having this knowledge, how should I live in this world? It's also very important. Should I withdraw myself? I'm a Vedantic student. No. I had to be in the society. I had to work with the society, but I had to glorify my life in the society itself. That becomes the beauty of my life. See, remember when you go beautiful rose plant, when it blooms, you see the beauty there. Rose cannot express itself other than by being beautiful. And it arrests your mind when you look at the beauty of that flower, right? Why? It is exploding with the beauty because that's all it can do. The beauty rose cannot become a lily. It can only be a rose. The nature takes care of it. But it cannot but express its beauty as much as it can, provided all the ingredients are there, water is there, everything is there, then it blooms itself so beautifully. But for a human being, Lord has given an intellect. Now, I have to make an effort because I have given a choice now. Rose plant doesn't have a choice. It doesn't even, I cannot ask for it. Hey, give me water. It's too hot outside. It doesn't even ask for it. You have to give. But everything is given. It blooms beautifully. But for me, I had to make an effort to beautify my life. Because of that choice, I can glorify my own life itself by selecting proper choice. So every action I can make it so beautiful, not only me, I propagate this beauty everywhere who see, and not only that, generations will remember my actions because of what I have done here. That is the beautification of life. That choice we have. Next rose will not remember what previous rose has done. But a human being, there is a choice, therefore you can create in your own way whatever that you can do best, magnify it, beautify it, so that not only you enjoy it, but others also see that and admire the beauty, and that is very purpose of living itself. But if it is done in the process of surrendering to the Lord, then not only you beautify, in the process all the mala also goes away. The ego itself gets surrendered in the process. So that's why every Mahatma, if you look at their life itself, not only they beautified, they really beautified everybody else in the process, whomever they came in contact. That should be a human life worth living. Otherwise, everybody lives in the morning, everything. Dinaya manyo sayam prataha shasiravasanto punarayata kala kridati gachatyahu tadapina pinchatyashavayu. Seasons come, seasons go. Years come, years go. What have I done? Oh, I lived beautifully. Does anyone else remember what you did after you live? Think about it. It's not that they have to remember. If I do my part, my best in the society, glorifying it, then automatically the fragrance will be taken away by others. Which means make your life beautiful right now, right here, when you have the chance. In whatever way that you do, you have to excel yourself in any field. Every field is nothing but Him only. Don't think that only Vedanta is this one. No. In any field that you go, you see the beauty of creation there. You see the order there. You see the Lord there. Because Lord is everywhere. Recognize the presence of the Lord there and beautify your life in that itself, then that is what is essentially a fragrance. But turn your mind in His direction and perform your actions. And that becomes a karma yoga. So in the karma yoga, there are 3 stages. Because we are talking about essence, because the total 2 yajnas only, right? Karma yoga and jnana yoga. The upasana will come. But so, I'm emphasizing this so that most of us, we are not sannyasins. So we are involved in the day-to-day activities. How can I perform actions so that I can beautify myself and see the truth as the truth? That's all we are interested. So how exactly I should do? The first stage of the karma yoga is perform the action as a prayer to Him. So every action, nitya naimittika karmas, and even kamya karmas also, offer it to Him as a prayer. That's why I told you, rasamalai, if you like rasamalai, make a lot of it, but give it to Him first. And then bring it here so everybody can enjoy. It becomes a prasadam. That way, you have the desire, at the same time, desire is given to Him. In the process, your desire for that object also goes down. So even the kamya karma, as long as it is dharmic, that's why our purushartha is dharma, artha, kama and moksha. So artha and kama, how you earn and what desires you fulfill, are bounded by dharma on one side and with the direction towards the moksha. So it has to be a dharmic action. I have to earn money only by dharmic way, not by cheating. And only the desires which are dharmic only I have to enjoy. So when you get married, dharmecha, artecha, kamecha, naticharami, that's what you do. When you are doing around the marriage time, you promise, not the moksha. Moksha is not, you are on your own. Dharmecha, artecha, kamecha, naticharami. Together, we are following these laws so that our goal is ultimately moksha, the liberation, freedom from this cycle of birth and death also. And that should be the first stage of karma yoga, where I perform my action, my best in attitude of yoga and surrender to Him the results of the action. So results of surrendering means He doesn't need your results. He doesn't have any place to even keep those results, right? He's already full. So I am stuck with the results also. So results giving means have an attitude, the results are coming from Him. When I offer it to Him, results are coming from Him. That means a prasada buddhi has to be developed. That's all it means. Prasada means I accept the results, whatever come. It is not to my liking. That means my action was not appropriate or the factors beyond my control. So make more effort in the direction if it is a proper goal. So every action has to have a goal in mind and accomplish. When I have a goal in mind, automatically all other dissipating things will drop out and my effort will be more and more single-pointed so that I can reach what needs to be done. If the goal is higher, the higher the goal, the greater will be the driving force to reach that goal also. If it is an inspired goal, Lord Himself is pushing you in that direction. Get as much energy from Him. Remember, a puny man with 3 legs, with a fistful of salt could shake the whole British Empire. Why? His goal was the highest. So that inspiration, energy comes from the totality itself. I cannot do it. No. Whatever you do, do best. All other circumstances will start cooperating to you. So essentially that Krishna tells this in a beautiful way. Devan bhavayata nena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyatha. Together. Devan bhavayata nena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyata. Says this cycle, the wheel of cycle of action and results is set in. Once I perform my part, my best in any field that I am working on, then the deva, the production potential of that field is called deva. He cannot but give you the result. That's why, you read in Puranas, Ravana is performing tapas and Shiva gives. Why does Shiva give all sorts of this one and Vishnu has to come and again do all this, repair this problem? Because Shiva cannot but give. When you perform, because in any field of action, the result has to come if I perform my best and do my part my best. Oh, I did all that, my boss didn't give me promotion. Because there are other factors beyond you, but keep doing your part. Your boss may go, some other boss will come and give you the result. So acceptance of what, because you have no control on the result, because the result is given by not only by you, but all your prarabdha karma also coming into picture there. Not only your present karma, and other people's karma are also coming in. So your control is what you can do your part. And when results come, what happens? Again you have to perform action. Because action is in the present, result is after the action. Again you are provided an environment to act, again the results. This wheel of action and results and action and results continuously wheel is set into motion. And that is the wheel of dharma itself. So here pictureize, the gods will be pleased to you and you please them and they please you. You please them by what? Not doing aratis and all that. That's only practice here. By doing whatever the God that is to be pleased, has to be pleased properly. So in any field of action, the field can be satisfied only when I perform my best in that field of action what I am in. The God of that field will bless me. That's what the proper prayer is. When I was a child, I say, Saraswati, you have to do puja. So we put all the books there and do puja there. That Saraswati will not come. I have to open and study. That is the prayer really Saraswati needs. Not Arati. Arati will not give me the knowledge. So in the same way, every devata has to be appropriately praised. Then they will please you. Then you back to work. This wheel will set into motion. And that is the action and the results where I offer myself in terms of action-wise. And the results will be taken as a prasada. That's the first stage of Karma Yoga. The second stage of Karma Yoga involves acting as though like I am an ambassador. Means I am an agent of him. Now you follow different attitude now. When an ambassador does it, he is not personally responsible for the action he does as a representative of the country. Right? Country will be responsible. They may call back him, that's why, if he doesn't do properly. But you cannot arrest him. It is because what he is representing. So I am doing as his representative. That becomes a different attitude in the mind, where I am only doing my part as he asked me to put in the situation. This is important because many of us, as we are growing, as we become more and more and more involved in the Vedanta, other things become less and less and less interesting. You may do it, but your family members may not be in the same tune. And they want you to go, party here, party there, all sorts of things are going and drag you there. What's your obligation? Should you sit in here? You have an obligation also as a husband or a wife or something has to follow. So you are provided an opportunity. Here is where act like an ambassador. Oh Lord, you put me into this situation. Okay, I'm going to do best here also. You are responsible, you remember. Which means you are washing off your hands. Go to the party, enjoy. It's not an excuse to enjoy, but it is a methodology where you are put into the situations where you don't like it because of your prarabdha, the situation comes to you. So prarabdha is the results of his prasada only. So accepting in that and acting as though you are his agent, you do not get the results of that action. Just as the ambassador is not responsible for the actions he does as a representative of the agent who has sent, right? Or the one who has sent him there. That becomes, as you evolve, that becomes automatically an attitude of your actions also. And there is a third stage. We'll read that sloka 27. Prakrute kriyamarani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. Together, prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. And here Krishna is giving another super secret of what exactly involved in the action. And this becomes a knowledge now. And what he says is, you think you are doing, you are not really doing. So not even an agent also you are not doing now. Now you are coming to a third stage. What does he say? Prakrute kriyamanani sarvani karmani. Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasya. So sarvani karmani, all actions, including blinking of your eyes. Everything in all actions are being performed by Prakriti. This has to be understood. So don't say, I had to do it. No, you are nothing to do. Relax, you are not doing, he is doing it. He himself is doing it. Really? I am free? Yes, you are free. Then how come I am suffering when he is doing? Now this question, see, he is suffering. Why are you thinking that you are suffering? He is suffering only. See, you have to understand this clearly, properly now. When say Prakriti itself is doing, Prakriti is what? The whole universe itself consisting of Trigunatmikam, which is Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, Tamogunas, and Tamoguna is nothing but this matter, including your body, everything is nothing but Tamoguna only, manifestation of inert matter. And he is the one who is enlivening it. He is the one who is making it active. I am able to lift my hand. Where is that? Because of what? Matter cannot lift like that. Because the life is pulsating in the hand. So I have to see God. Where is God? Right there. If I can fold my hand, I can see God. If I'm breathing, I can see God. If I'm talking, if I'm tasting, if I'm listening, I'm hearing, all activities is an expression of that, and Prakriti itself cannot do anything. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. It is my adhyaksha, under my direction only the Prakriti is manifesting like this. So he himself is doing. What is that? Aham vaishwanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha prana prana samayuktaha pachamyanyam taturya. He says, I am the one who is digesting your food also. We eat all pizza, giza, all those things, dump into the stomach. Whole night he is working hard. Make sure proper enzyme goes here, proper enzyme goes here, this sequence and that. So you think we do all that? Which enzyme has to go next? We'll make a mess if we are in charge of it. Thank God, everything is done. We only dump it here, and he has to make sure whole night itself. If I can recognize it, understand this, then I can let him do it. Means that becomes a complete surrenderance itself. I have a knowledge, I am not even this body. So in the Kenopanishad, there's a story where the gods are all celebrating. Oh, we have won over the Rakshasas, we have done this, we have done this. Everybody is boasting what they have done. And suddenly a brilliant light comes in there. It says, what is that? So delegates were sent one by one to find out what that is. First goes Agni goes, he says, and they say, who are you? He says, who are you? I am Agni, God, the great, I can burn anything. You don't know me? Is that so? Burn this blade of grass. Dry blade of grass he puts there, and Agni cannot do anything. He does piche mood, goes back. I don't know who that is. He is more powerful than me. Then the Varuna goes, and then ultimately Vayu goes. I am so powerful, I can lift anything. Okay, lift this blade of grass. It cannot do. So at last Indra goes. When Indra goes, that Yajna Purusha disappears. In her place, Uma comes there. I don't know if you know the story of this. So Indra asks, what happened? Who is that? Okay, he knows Uma. Uma says, that is the Brahman, because of which you are able to do this, you are able to burn. Without him, you cannot do anything. Uma stands for scriptures. So scripture is telling the nature of the Brahman himself to Indra. Indra means the one who has the intellect to inquire. The teaching is to the mind who wants to know, Jignasu. Therefore, when I want to see God, where can I see? First see in you first. Because I cannot even breathe anything unless His presence is there. I cannot open my mouth without His presence. Recognize that it is He who is doing everything. But your part is to recognize that. Because you have a notion that you are doing, that's why. If you don't have a notion, there is no problem. Because you think you are doing and then say, oh, I am responsible. How can you be responsible when He is doing it? That understanding, if you keep that from the morning till the night, then you are in tune with the knowledge. But I can guarantee, once you go to office, once you go out of this knowledge you don't remember. So, 2 exercises therefore. First thing in the morning, remember I am giving exercise every day, assuming that you guys do practice this. Because that's the purpose of this. Some are short essence of Gita also. So first thing in the morning, when I get up, I recognize the presence of the Lord. Now I recognize that He is nothing but everything also, including this body, mind, everything is nothing but His only. See, imagine His presence in your whole perspective, including everything, the breathing, everything is because of Him only. That becomes what you call a witnessing consciousness. The same thing as meditation called witnessing consciousness. You are just witnessing what is there. It's called Sakshi. Sakshi doesn't do anything, right? He's only Sakshi. If he's involved in the crime, you cannot call him Sakshi. So he has to stand apart and look at the activities of the body, mind and intellect as though I am looking at it, not involved in it, but observing it. That if you can start with your first day in the morning and when you go to sleep, also in the last day. So first thing I said, start with a prayer. Now I'm saying not only prayer. Prayer is not Lord outside. Prayer is in that presence of seeing the God is in you. Automatically your reverential attitude comes to you. And see God in your spouse next to you also. Whether it's a wife or husband or whatever. Because everything is nothing but she's breathing because of the Lord. Lord is there in her. Then see the Lord, every plant, every tree, every whole life itself is pulsating because of the presence of that. The very recognition makes you a reverential attitude to the whole nature itself, including the ants and bugs and everything is nothing but life is there. And that is the expression of the Lord Himself through that. When I become conscious of that, standing apart and just witnessing itself, the whole action, then I say, Prakriti eva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasaha yaha pasyati saha pasyati. And he realizes ahankaram iti mudha, only egotistical phase, I am doing it, mudhatma, he says. How ignorant we are when we claim that somebody is doing and say, I am doing it. You don't like, right? If somebody does in the office and say, I did it when you have done it. How does Lord will feel? He is the one who is doing all the actions and then you claim that I am the one who is doing it. So let's be honest. Recognize that He is doing everything. But when He does it, He always does dharmic actions. That's what He's going to tell in the next, because He is nothing but dharma itself. And don't say adharmic actions, say He's doing it. No, He won't do it. So if we understand, so the third stage of karma yoga is that I am not even a doer. I'm only a sakshi. So I had to reach that. Until you reach that, practice this. It becomes a sadhana now. So whenever you are walking, when you are actively involved, you cannot do it. So when you are walking, not doing any important thing, observe yourself as though you are witnessing a body is walking. That means you automatically, otherwise if you are walking, you will see, if you freeze your mind, you will see you will be thinking about past or you are thinking about future. Mind is not available. But now when you are trying to witness it, you have to see the presence, because you cannot witness the past or you cannot witness the future. So the very witnessing consciousness makes you to live in the present itself. And that becomes a sadhana, a practice, until abhyasena to kaunteya vairagyena cha krishnate. Krishna tells this is the recipe for everybody. Practice, 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 abhyasa. Vairagya is giving up what? Giving up all the wrong notions that I am a doer. Give up, because you are not. You don't give up, you are doing. You are not really doer. Therefore, give up that ownership of things that I have done it, I am accomplished, nothing has been done, nothing by you itself. He himself is expressing, the life goes on. If you surrender that completely, the life becomes so beautiful. Gurudev used to say, be like a flute in his hands. He will blow through, beautiful music comes out. But if you want to have your own notes, he will throw it away, right? Other notes coming out when he is blowing. Hey, this flute is useless. He will bring another flute. So surrender to him. He will never leave it. He will put it here when he is doing something else. That means completely giving out. You are essentially to him, recognizing that he is the one who really does everything else. But this has to be practiced every day, at least in the morning when you are not involved completely, as a starting point. And every night before you go to sleep, surrender all the things. Oh Lord, I forgot at that time. I know you came like a boss and gave golly. I forgot that it was you. I gave also back. All those things you tell. But at least now remember, oh Lord, let me remember your presence there also. Not only in my body, every body. So that becomes an application of this karma yoga, becomes a fruitful. Then we can go to Jnana Yoga. So one more sloka we have to do it, which is 21. That's important particularly. Yajyad acharati sreshtaha tattaddevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokostadanuvartate. Together, yajyad acharati sreshtaha tattaddevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokostadanuvartate. So this has two parts of understanding. So for yajyat acharati sreshta, whatever the sreshta purusha does, other people follow. Essentially, he says, tat eva idarjanaha. So all people follow. Sayat pramanam kurite. You become a pramana for them to follow them. Because you are a sreshta purusha. So this, if there are young parents here, important to do this. Whatever you do, children follow. Not whatever you say. Oh, don't lie. But you yourself are lying. Child will say, okay, this is only a mandate. When I should not lie when he is there. That's all they will learn. So what you do, they follow ultimately. You are following what your parents have taught at that time. Say whatever those values. Now you remember, my God, I should have followed more. I should have learned those slokas, all those things. Now you regret. But instead of regretting, at least you pass on the proper things to your children now. And they say, I don't want my child to watch too much TV. Then don't watch TV. You don't watch TV. Then the child will learn. So one fellow went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. A man took his child. Says, Bhagavan, you tell me he's eating too many sweets. It's not good for him. Tell him not to eat because he listens to you. If I tell him, he's not listening. That's what the parent and well. So the Ramakrishna says, come after 1 month. Say, why 1 month to tell this? Just tell the child is here. But anyway, he couldn't question. So after 1 month, he came back. So again brought. So the Ramakrishna says, Beta, don't eat sweets. It's not good for your health. He says, yes, Swami, I won't eat anymore. He says, why didn't you tell this 1 month back? This could have told us. He says, I was also eating sweets. How can I tell? So of 1 month, it took me to stop eating sweets so that my statement has a meaning to the boy. So what you want the child to follow, make sure you follow that dharma first. I want my child has to listen to all the Bala Vihar, but I don't need, I don't need, I can go outside. That doesn't work. So, you have to be careful. That is from the point of one level. So, whatever you are doing, you have to make sure the others follow. So I had to tell my own story. So when Swamiji made me Acharya, I have a real problem. Because Acharya means the one, not only Achinoti iti shastrani, Acharyan sthapayichapi, swayam acharati. Tasmat Acharya uchate. So I had to be more careful because all the guys are listening to me. He says, he's teaching all that. Does he follow all this? Now I am under microscope, being under magnification. So it's in fact listening to me. It says, I have to make sure that I follow at least what I teach. So if all the exercises I'm giving you, I'm not just giving exercise just like that and go. I have to practice myself, then only I can give, right? The validity of those exercises, the value of those exercises means. So, yajyad acharati shrestha, once you have become more and more responsible, at least as others see you as a responsible, then you have to make sure your actions become the best that you can offer to the society in whatever field you are. Just for out of the record, I'm not boasting you. I'm just giving the big. I'm still working as a scientist. I don't know if you know. I work as a part-time. They're giving me a very big award as the best paper award for the next, in October. But that's because, not that I want that. Because whatever I'm involved, see the beauty of the creation there also. That becomes, in whatever field you are, it's not the field is something, I should not do that. No, in any field you are in, you can put forth your part, your best, and see the glory of the Lord in that itself too. That becomes the real jnani also. Because I'm not going somewhere else to see. Because he's everywhere. Why should I go to Himalayas in order to see him? Why should I close my eyes to see him? Because he's there. Everything too is nothing but him only. That understanding has to be applied in at least day-to-day exercises. I had to bring that out. Then only the Bhagavad Gita lives, because Bhagavad Gita is taught to Arjuna, who is a man of action. It becomes alive to us who are men of action also. So that is the stages of essentially the karma yoga. Now I'm going to skip some of it and go to the 4th chapter, where it brings back a jnana yoga part. And in this 4th chapter, Krishna first time reveals his true nature. That is, he is in fact Avatara Purusha. He is the God incarnate. So therefore, whatever he teaches is valid indeed. So in this, when I recognize that Lord himself has come down and teaching it, that means the whole universe of the totality is crystallizing in a form to teach us. It becomes a universal teaching. Follow now what's the validity of this? So it's universal. That's why Narayana Swayam. It says Swayam Narayana has come down to teach a human being. So his interpretations and things become so valid. Therefore, it is Daiva Vak, it is a statement of the Lord himself to follow for us, for those who have a faith in the teacher. Now, why should the Lord come? In fact, he is crystallizing why he comes. And these famous slokas, I'm sure, which are 7 and 8. Yada yada hi dharmasya yada glanirbhavati bharata abhyuttanamadharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham Paritranaya sadhunam Vinashaya cha dushkrutam Dharma samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge. So he comes down whenever this dharmasya glanihi bhavati. Essentially, when it's going down and adharma is coming, he says, whenever that is required, when my presence is required, then I will come down in the form to uplift those who are good and punish those who are bad. So here the avatara rahasyam is being taught here. So Lord is coming down for what purpose? We also came down, but Lord is also coming down. What is the difference? We come down because we are pushed by our own karma. So we have a prarabdha karma and total sanchita karma, and of which we brought in here, and that is almost pushed us back into the form, and we are taking in a particular birth to convenient to exhaust those prarabdha karmas. So don't complain about your life because you asked for this. You had a blueprint already. So don't say, other fellow is all this and I am unhappy. The other fellow is in silver spoon, and other fellow is a gold spoon. I don't have any spoon. Because you didn't give any spoon in the previous life. That's why you have this problem. Because what you give, you get only. So at least if you understand it, just give. That's why our Chinmaya mission pledge is a mission for not only Chinmaya mission, it's a pledge for life. Giving more than what I take. Producing more than what I consume, right? This is the essence of life itself. If I follow that, I am in the dharmic. And we just repeat like, everybody pledges, make pledges and goes out. Repeat the pledge only, like a parrots, right? Parrot story you heard. And therefore, we are not parrots. We understand what it means. And we have to follow what it means. It's a pledge you are taking. And that is essentially required in terms of this. I had to uplift the dharma and punish the dharma. So here, God is all. Remember, just now we said, God is there in everybody's heart. So let Him incarnate in your body now to uplift whatever is dharmic actions, dharmic thoughts, and suppress what is not. So avataram is at your level. He is ready to descend only when there is a demand. Demand by dharma, all those people, paritranaya sadhunam, those good thoughts that demand, I want this presence, all these people are troubling me, I can't live. Then He comes down, He takes over the reins from your hand. So you have to invoke His presence. So from the totality point, the totality can come down when there is a demand for Him to uplift. That's why in the Bhagavatam, all these gods go and request Narayana, it's time for you to come down. Everybody is suffering because of this and because of that. You saw that pictures in every Bhagavatam. That means there is a demand, petition. Has to go. And then only He will come down. So He doesn't come down because He has some prarabdha karma. No. He comes down for fulfilling the essentially called the samashti dharma karma. Other peoples are demanding for Him to come down for uplift. If there is nobody sadhus there, why should He come? No need. They will kill each other. Only paritranaya, that's why I said, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. Only when they are troubling the sadhus, then He has to come. Otherwise, He will send agent, okay, you do my work. So, from the individual point, I should appreciate, and also from the collective point. And how does it come? He comes to solve a problem, right? Therefore, He has to take up the type of body that is required to solve the problem. How is he born? Depending upon the problem. So, if he has to support the big mountain on top of his leg, he will become like a Kurma avatar, says its back can support the whole hill also. If he has to come from a pillar, he will come in a form that is conducive to kill the other guy, right? Half man, half lion, half this, half that. Because that guy asks for all sorts of crazy things. I should not be killed inside, I should not be killed outside. He thought he covered everything. Neither night nor day. So he selects in the evening, which is neither night nor day, and he takes him in the threshold, neither inside nor outside. And not on the floor, he puts on lap and then kills him. Neither a man nor an animal, but in between now. So he really fulfills everything. But he comes depending upon what needs to be done. So he's coming down, we are going up. When we are going up, we are parting with the prarabdha. But when we recognize that we have jnanam, then with the same prarabdha that is continuing, we cannot be sarvajnaha. We may have understanding of sarva adhisthana jnanam we may have. I don't know if you understand. Sarva adhisthana means what is that substratum that's pervading the whole universe. We understood. But we may not be able to have the capacity to control the nature. So the difference between a jnani versus the Lord, there is a difference. The one is coming down, avatarati, that means he's coming down. Whereas we are going up. Okay, that becomes a jnani. And just now I said in the third stage of Karma Yoga, where I am not even a doer, while the doing is going on. Right? Because I am a witnessing consciousness, and himself is perform the action, and this, he puts it in beautifully here. This is Sloka 18. Karmanya karmaya pasyet. Karmanya karmaya pasye akarmani cha karmayaha sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma krita. Together. Karmanya karmaya pasyet akarmani cha mayaha sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma krita. So karmani akarmayaha pasyetu. So when whoever can see, well, action is going on, I am not a doer. Why? Prakutyevacha karmani kriyamani sarvasi. He just now said, Prakriti itself is doing. That means I have understood that sloka. When I understand it, I can see the functions of the Prakriti itself, but I am Adhyaksha, I am only Adhyaksha, President. In my guidance, it's going on. So here, it says not only I had to act beautifully, now I act the most efficiently, and at the same time, not involved as I am a doer. Lord himself will take over. That becomes an inspired action. What do we mean by inspired action? We say, oh, what an inspired action. When the artist is so inspired in doing it, there is no ego at that time when doing it. He may stand up and say, oh, how did I do? What a good I think. He will come back. That's a different. But while performing the action, completely surrendered to the present, Lord himself takes over. There is no notion that I am a doer at that time. I am a doer notion comes only when after he finishes his job, then I claim I am a doer. Remember? That's our problem. So when he is performing, the action has to be inspired so that it can be the most beautiful result will come out in any field of action that you are involved. It's not that God is in every field, he is there. Not only in particular field. So yoga karmasu kaushalam. Krishna says the kushalatvam, says the dexterity in the actions will come for a yogi because he's completely surrendered and the Lord himself will take over and that becomes an inspired action. Then only he says essentially karmani yaha akarmaya pasyati. Even though he is performing action, he sees himself as I am not a doer, but doing is going on. By whose? By his presence. Just as heart is pumping day in and day out, breathing is going on day in and day out. Say, what are you doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to breathe. Why are you unnecessarily breathing? Say, breathing itself goes on. Whether we are awake or asleep. Heart is pumping, digestive system is functioning, everything is functioning methodically, unless you interfere, putting all sorts of things, right? Taking a lot more cholesterol that heart cannot pump. All those things are our problem. So if you leave to him, he takes care of it. So you can see, I can see the function of the body. I'm not really doing, but the doing is going on right there. So this is real application of what is really happening. And a jnani recognizes this and realizes that akarmaniya karma pasyet. So there is more in the sloka, but I just want to give you the essence of it here. Now I'll go to the most important, because everybody may be hungry also. We'll do that sloka 24. Brahmarpanam brahma havihi brahmagnau brahmanahutam brahmaivatena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Together. Brahmarpanam brahma havihi brahmagnau brahmanahutam brahmaivatena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. This is one of the most beautiful sloka of Gita. We chant before meals, but that's not the really meaning of it. This is essence of Vedanta itself. Okay, so we are going to dwell a little bit on. So here the statements are very peculiar. Brahma arpanam. Just look one word, because if you understand it, the rest of it all follows. So this, obviously, people used to do. This is mostly for the Gruhasthas. This sloka is meant for Gruhasthas, because Gruhasthas are the ones who are performing yajna. So people have understanding only you have to become a sannyasi to realize. No, this statement applies only for Gruhasthas, in fact. Because the yajna was being performed by a Gruhasthas. Sannyasis have renounced these karmas. So this is all application to us now. So arpanam is a ladle. In the yajna you are pouring, this is Brahma arpanam, Brahma havihi, Brahma agnau, Brahma ahutam, say Brahma eva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Essentially, what you are pouring is Brahman. The lady is Brahman. The ghee that you are pouring is Brahma. The fire that consuming is also Brahma. The whole karma itself is Brahma. The one who is doing is also Brahma. The result is also Brahma. To come to Brahma. So how is this? Whole Vedanta is packed here. So let's look at one statement. Brahma arpanam. There are two words. Brahma arpanam. Arpanam is ladle. So two words are used. Brahma arpanam. It's not even sandhi there. Even though we chanted as Brahma arpanam, the Shankara says there is not even sandhi. So two words. When the two words are used without a preposition, they're called samana adhikaranam. Samana adhikaranam. They have equal weight. Okay? This is analysis by Shankara. Okay, so this is not my analysis. So you have to listen very carefully what it says. So Brahma Arpanam says this ladle and Brahma are this Brahma. Ladle is Brahma. Statement is ladle or samanadhikaram means equal emphasis. So therefore there is a relationship between these two words. Says one is the ladle, another is Brahman. Brahman means infinite. Right? And scripture says prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam means consciousness is Brahman. So that infinite is conscious entity. Right? We understood that. That is the scripture says. This arpanam is little ladle. We are using that to pour ghee. And it says this arpanam is Brahman. Statement. How can that be? There is something wrong with it. This is called samanadhik. There is equal emphasis on both. So there are 4 types of relationship between the words. So samanadhikaranam comes into says when I had to, because aikyam, the identity relationship can be there. So x is equal to identically equal to y. When I say then it is an identity equation. Because 3 lines, mathematics, they put 3 lines as an identity relation. Is it like that? Brahma, 3 lines equal to Arpanam, this ladle. So identity relationship works. A classical example is Soyam Devadattaha. This is that Devadatta. You know, there used to be Devadatta, Yajnadatta and Somadatta. It's called like Tom, Dick and Harry. Our Vedantic way of saying is Tom, Dick and Harry is Yajnadatta, Somadatta and Devadatta. So Devadatta and all 3 are good friends. They were all studying together, and this Devadatta is very mischievous fellow, very loving, joyful and all that. And afterwards they went to different directions. But Yajnadatta and Somadatta, they were together, they grew up in the same village, they become friends, and whereas Devadatta, they lost touch of him. After many years, there was an advertisement. They were wondering what happened to Devadatta after many years. Some Abhedananda, Swami Abhedananda is giving talks. Hey, let's go and listen to talks. So these 2 guys went there, and when this Devadatta saw the Swami, hey, Soyam Devadatta, he said to his friend. This is that Devadatta. That's what the statement is. Now you follow? This is called identity equation. That Devadatta who is completely different body, mind and intellect, everything is different. This Devadatta with Vesham is different. He has a big beard and everything. All these things are different. Attitude of that Devadatta is different. Attitude of this Devadatta is different. But when the fellow recognizes and tells his friend, Soyam Devadatta, this is that Devadatta. So this is different, that is different, but yet there is only one Devadatta. Right? Immediately that fellow recognizes, oh my God, this is that Devadatta. Understanding is immediate because he dropped all other things, non-essential things, equated only the essential things in these 2. Brahma Arpanam. Brahma Arpanam. Is it that kind? It is that kind also, we'll understand. There is an aikyam also, and what part of that aikyam we will understand. And second type of relationship between the 2, that's called first is Aikya Bodhaka Vakya. The second is Visheshana Visheshya Sambandha. One is like a blue lotus. Blue is different, lotus it is different. But they are put together, blue and lotus, but one is Visheshana Visheshya. One is a quality and another is a noun, attribute and a substantive. Is that kind of relation? No, it's not. Arpanam is also noun, Brahma is also noun. It's not Visheshana Visheshya Sambandha. So we have to knock that one out. And the third is essentially Upasanayam Svanadhikaranam. It is not really Brahman, but we take it as a Brahman for upasana, for our prayers. Follow? When you go to a temple, we see Lord Vishnu or Narayana Vigraham there. Is it really Lord Narayana? No, it cannot be Lord Narayana, because Narayana is a Chaitanya Swarupa. This is innate. But for upasana, for prayers, we invoke the presence of the Lord in that form. But what we are praying is praying the Lord. Just as when we salute a flag is a piece of cloth, but that's not America or that's not India, but we are representing that in that form for us to do our prayers. That's called upasana. Ramanuja and all that interpret this sloka as upasana. Just for your information. And the third one is bhadayam samanadikaranam, where I am giving up something to see what is there in that. Bhada means by knowing the truth, I recognize and leave out untruth out of it. When I recognize it is in fact a rope, the snake that I saw disappears. Bhada. Provided I see the rope. Otherwise, it's still a snake for me, right? Now, application of this is what essentially involved in understanding this sloka. This and together where we dropped all the attributes and say this is that Devadatta, both are involved in understanding Brahma Arpanam. Also Brahma Havi, all same thing applies to all, each one. How is that applied? Brahman is infinite. Brahman is attributeless, nirgunaha, nirakaraha, nityaha, all those things we learned. So we all want to see Brahman, right? Everybody wants to see Brahman. You cannot see Brahman. You want to know Brahman. You cannot know Brahman. Why? It's not an object of knowledge. Infinite cannot be known. That's why it's called infinite is a word also. All it means is it's not finite. That's all infinite means. It's not finite. No, two parallel lines meet at infinity. So you go there and find out. No, you cannot go there because it's infinite. But two parallel lines are finite in the distance wise, right? The distance they have to keep. So that is locally finite. Now Brahman is infinitely infinite. All in all direction, everything is without any qualification, it is infinite. That's what is Brahman is. So how am I going to realize? You cannot realize. Sorry to say that, but you cannot realize. Provided you realize Brahmarpanam. When you see the Arpanam, realize that that is Brahman, then you can realize. Now understand this carefully. Infinite cannot be recognized. What I can only recognize only finite things. But through finite, I had to recognize the infinite. That's where the subtlety of the knowledge is. I had to use the finite and still see the infiniteness through that. And that's what this sloka is. I cannot directly see the Lord. If I see the Lord, then that's not the Lord. Because I'm seeing it. Anything seen is only drusyam. Drusyam means it's mithya. So I cannot see the Lord. I cannot know about the Lord. But yet, I need to know the Lord. I can see the Lord through finite. So how? That is the story here. So Arpanam is, does it exist? First. Non-existent Arpanam you cannot see. Right? So obviously it's existing. How does it exist? As Arpanam. How do you know that it's Arpanam? I can see. Remember, all these things, we take things granted. Right? So what do you see? Well, I say Arpanam. No. Be careful. You are seeing, remember I said, I gave all this in that, it was a little abstract. Now we are coming back to this. What I am seeing is the form, I am seeing the attributes. Right? Same qualities of that. It is of this shape I am seeing. And I call that arpanam, which is the other one is different shape. So I am only seeing attributes. But attributes cannot stay without noun, without qualify, without the where it can stay as a noun. So it should belong to some object. So what's the object? Oh, arpanam. Hey, arpanam is what is the form, you said. I'm seeing form and color of that. What exactly is arpanam, sir? Please define arpanam. You have to again use attributes only. Any definition involves attributes, qualities. I cannot define anything with terms of substance because there is no substance. Really? And even attributes also is false. Sir, this is not science. This is no scientist will accept that. That's the problem. Because attributes need a locus, but attributes themselves have no validity by themselves. Now, any attribute, when you say a locus is involved in the, I know it's a little bit deeper thinking is required, but I know you all can do it. So when I say, what is the lady? It's made of wood, right? When you say it's made of wood, most of it are made of wood. Now, where is arpanam and where is wood? Are arpanam and wood are two different things? Chair is made up of, let's say there's a wooden chair. Oh, it's made up of wood. So attributes belong to the chair or wood? You tell me. Think. Attribute means quality. Hey, this is of this chair which is different from that chair. Both are wood only. So attributes of this chair is different from attributes of that chair. So attributes doesn't belong to the wood. Right? Because this wood is different from that wood. Wood has its own attributes. Different from steel. But this chair attributes is different from that chair attributes. Where does these attributes of the chair belong to? To whom? What is the object there? Chair. But chair itself is what? We don't have a definition for a chair. What is the chair? We are using a noun. What is the substance? What is the material of the chair? It's wood. So you say call it wood. Why are you calling unnecessarily a word, new word? Think. This is now epistemological issue now. Our knowledge of how we take things so granted, and Krishna has to come and teach us. Now, think about what is the definition of a chair, or what is the definition of arpanam later, and come back next week. We will unravel the whole thing. Okay? Think about it. This is not an easy same statement. Hey, I am seeing the world, therefore it is real. What you are saying itself is false. Right now you cannot give me proper definitions. So because the time is over, so we'll start. So I want to make sure that you come next week. Okay, let's do the Brahma, the Purnamada. I'm saying Brahmarpanam, Purnamada. I'm saying. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Let's do Chinmaya Mission Pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly, the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May the grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities and give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Thank you.